Gemütlichkeit,
which means coziness, comfort in German. Let's say it all together.
Gemütlichkeit,
One more time.
Gemütlichkeit.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. And if you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we got our first EDP from Dossier.
Y'all, they are a French perfuming company. They make mostly dupes, homages to famous colognes, and they are known for being super faithful to the originals. So I wanted to start with one that I knew really well, which is Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, or at least the sterling version of it, Haverford, right? Y'all, this is glorious. It's not quite as brown and spicy in the middle as Haverford, but I think this is a little closer to what Tom Ford was actually doing. It's a lighter sense, more of the vanilla, more little swirlies going around in the middle. The funny thing is, I am so deeply rooted in my Haverford. I like them equally, but for different reasons. What did you think of this one?
This one to me, it's funny. After I took a whiff, I got an idea of powdery, and then I realized that's actually what they call it, powdery tobacco. So to me, this is more of an all-day scent.
Yes.
Where when I think of Haverford, at least that version to me is much more of an early evening to night version.
And what's cool about this, I have a couple of dupes of Tobacco Vanille that don't smell good until they dry down.
Right.
This smells amazing and a little different from the moment it leaves the atomizer until the dry down an hour later. I'm really loving this. And then at the very end of the dry down, it seems to almost be as spicy as Haverford again. So y'all, mysteries and wonders
and
to
I
discover.
do like the little magnetic top. I don't know if you can see that. So if you put it fairly close, it just kind of slips it into place. So you don't mess it up. It just falls right in. And there's a lot of juice in here, my friend.
And one of our favorite artisans so far in this journey has been Chiseled Face. We go back to Sherlock and y'all, Ghost Town Barber. All the time. I don't know why we haven't been back, except just an oversight and an avalanche of soaps that we've been hit with. But y'all, we have begun to remedy the situation, and we got a package with 3 chiseled faces in it. Let's meet today's soap. So constant viewers will know that my beloved is on Humira injections for a rather severe case of Crohn's disease, which means she can only eat very specific carbohydrates in her diet. No potatoes, no rice, no sugar. So sometimes when I go to the sales pages, I look for things just for her, because it doesn't mean she can't smell an oatmeal cookie. From the sales page at chiseledface.com.
Gemütlichkeit,
The German word for comfort and relaxation is the name of our newest original scent, and a far departure from most of our offerings. Oatmeal chocolate chip cookies and sugar roasted chestnuts served with a cup of steaming coffee. A warm, super gourmand scent perfect for cold winter evenings by the fire or anytime you want to remember them. Aww.
Well, is it any wonder why I got this for you to enjoy? And it's a giant German word from my family of giant Germans. Let's open the box. Don't you love it? How the post office charges one fee for a box and another fee for a padded envelope. So what do? We put our boxes into padded envelopes. Well, I mean, if that's what we gotta do, that's what we gotta do.
I'm smelling things already.
I got
a sticker!
Oh, that's the box manufacturer.
Oh.
There they are! Y'all, so there's going to be a couple of these you did not see. You did not see Guy Noir, and for fans of Garrison Keillor, that is coming up. You did not see Loyal. That one is coming up after this, but you did see
Gemütlichkeit.
And I am so excited to experience this. I want you to have an ultra gourmandy, nostalgic first impression. Look at the cup of coffee by the fire, y'all. I'm kind of hoping it smells like that. All right, take it in, see what you get.
I forgot it's technically Chiseled Face Groomatorium.
Right, and we are giant fans of grabbing sample sets from artisans, and they have one available on Amazon. You can smell them all in small sizes. See which big one you might want.
We just have to go in blind so you can watch our first
There
whiff.
you go. We don't review samples.
Ooh, it's a dark, cozy little guy.
Beautiful. All right. Take it in.
All right.
See what you get.
Is it going to be a German oatmeal cookie?
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm not sure how you'd know.
We'll see. Oh, it's a good long whiff.
Oh, do you love it?
I do. Okay, it's funny. I didn't think I would actually be able to smell the chestnuts on the fire.
Right.
But you totally can get that nutty kind of thing
Nice.
coming through. Okay. And then the coffee is definitely there. It's already been brewed.
Right.
It's a good, like it's in my hand, and the other hand has the oatmeal cookie, and then I'm looking at the fire with the chestnuts.
Oh.
But they're all there. It just is cozy.
Oh, nice. I was a little scared that the nuttiness wouldn't come through in the balance.
No, it's almost the thing I get the most of here.
Oh, nice.
Okay, hold on. Let me re-whiff.
Love that. We have a lot of chocolate chip cookies, but no oatmeal. That's why I got this one.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is more oaty and nutty than I was expecting to be able to tell. Yeah. It's interesting. My brain is like, I don't know these scents together.
Right.
But I want to go to there. I want to go where they are because I don't really have chestnuts really on an open fire with cookies and things. But it does scream that exact word that I can't say.
How is it different than what I might have been expecting?
I'm getting hit with more the nuttiness first.
Oh.
Then the oatmeal is kind of throughout the whiff.
Right.
The coffee's at the end of the whiff. I just immediately picture myself under a blanket with oatmeal cookies ready to be dunked in my coffee and eaten. And I got my Kindle and I got my lady on my lap and I'm sitting next to you and it's a really good time. It is gourmandy, but it's not like overpoweringly sweet of a gourmand.
Oh, right. Important distinction. Sometimes you can just throw a lot of sweet at something and it's kind of the easy way out. Not here.
This is oddly more in that savory nutty zone for me. And I think it's because it's an oatmeal cookie.
Right.
They're sweet, but they're not like a chocolate chip or something else that's like hitting you in the face starting off sweet.
Right.
So there is something more in that mid zone than I was expecting, which is very fun because we don't have something like this in our den. We have other stuff that's more like a snickerdoodly thing
Right,
or more of
right.
the gingerbread side or other things or chocolate chip, but we don't have one that's in this lane. So if you don't want to get cavities while you're shaving, this is a great one.
Now, there's no raisins in this oatmeal cookie, but there are chocolate chips. Do you get a little bit of a sense of chocolate?
I think I do, but it's more of the bitter sweet chocolate chips that were used,
Right.
not the crazy in your face sweet. So it's more like that cocoa side is there.
Right. Remember when you were little and you saw that jar of Hershey's cocoa in the cabinet? You were like, hey, it looks like chocolate. Smells like chocolate, so you got a spoon?
I remember looking with my mom baking, and you see the bag, and it says semi-sweet, and I'm like, "Where's the sweet chocolate?"
Right.
That doesn't work.
It's like semi-boneless ham. Like, wait. Semi-truck drivers. Is that a guy that just finished half the course?
It's interesting. There's something in the middle that if I didn't read the sales thing, if I had no idea what this was, I would kind of think that this was a dessert from another country.
Right.
Which is funny because, like, you know, there are pistachios, different things. There are stuff that's used in some of the other desserts. The nuttiness to me is becoming part of the oatmeal cookie fun.
One of the ways you can tell different cultures is their desserts. They are all unique and individual. Woo! Can you tell there's a German flair to this chocolate chip cookie?
You know, I really think I can. I would know that it wasn't necessarily more the Italian side for some reason because
Right.
they usually go more almondy. This is the other type.
Well, now, as an expert on German chocolate cake, against my will, is there coconut in this? Because that is what makes German chocolate cake different from normal chocolate cake. There's a little bit of coconut in there. What are you getting?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it's more the chestnuts. And I know in my mind that it's not a hazelnut. Like the other nuts that are
Right.
sweeter, there's something about the chestnut that's keeping it from getting too sweet. It's not like biscotti zone. It's not those other ones where it could go. It's its own thing.
All right.
Your
I am
turn!
taking this
Take
in
a seat by the
on
fire next to me.
Here we go.
Paints a picture, man.
Oh, this is lovely. My neighbor growing up's name was Betty Lund, and she made these delicious oatmeal chocolate chip cookies she used to lure us kids over every other day. Y'all, this is not mother's cookies. This is not a factory cookie. This is a beautiful, moist oatmeal cookie sitting next to a cup of coffee. Okay, hold on.
Look for the chestnuts, though.
Oh. You know what I love? I interpreted the chestnuts as the place. When I get a scent in my nose, like a vibe, I like to kind of step back and take in the lay of the land. So I paint a picture. And the nuttiness in this, I kind of interpreted as the place, as the room where I was. Kind of a dark wood, kind of you see sunlight streaming in through upper windows. But it's a beautiful beigey sort of tobacco color that it's giving me under the surface. But as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, right, it's chestnuts, but I don't sense it as part of the gourmand. I sense it as part of the spices that are surrounding the cookie and the coffee. Whoa! Well, that's a trick. Hold on, this is lovely.
And I liked that the coffee in there was just like a fresh brewed pot. There was nothing in it yet. A lot of the times it goes more latte or something in the coffee. This didn't.
And y'all, one of the greatest scents in the world is going into your cabinet and opening up the Quaker Oats and just taking it in. It's so beautiful and subtly sweet and earthy and almost cinnamony on its own. That is where this starts. I am so glad you said it's not sweet because that's the charm in this. Y'all, sweet would have ruined this. It doesn't go above a 3 or a 4. It's letting all of the natural parts of the coffee, the natural parts of the oatmeal be the sweet in this.
It is.
Wow.
But that's why I think I got like more of a transportive dessert from somewhere else in there.
It smells like the cookie batter that you would lick off the beaters. That's what it smells like to me with coffee next to it. And the coffee is not bitter, but it doesn't have to go sweet to caramel either. It's almost just that lovely sense of coffee being roasted.
Right.
Where a little kid would go, oh, that smells good. What is that? But when you let them taste it, they go...
Somehow I do get evening, like it is cold outside, or you're just cozy inside, like you're not, no cares in the world.
Yeah, there's such a warm sense to the spices in here. I get the sense of it being cold outside.
It's kind of fun to get this side of Chiseled Face too, because the other ones we have are much, I don't want to say straight laced, but they don't really seem like they'd have this kind of a scent.
They're more adventurous. Sherlock Holmes' study or a ghost town barber. Sherlock's got a soil note in it that I adore. And Ghost Town Barber, not completely unfamiliar to those of you who might have Fresh Cut Fade or Maggart's London Barbershop, but wait a minute. It's what they've added to make it Western that makes it magical. I generally don't like the splashes so much of that barbershop oil alone, but I love what Chiseled Face did with it, making it Western.
Do you feel more German after smelling this?
Oh. Yes. And why don't we mix up some dough and look at the scent notes? All right, y'all. From the sales page at chiseledface.com, our scent notes start with...
Straight up oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. That is the scent note. Then we have sugar roasted chestnuts. Oh, okay.
That may be how they're a little different and why I was perceiving them as almost a wood.
And that's why I thought they were part of the oatmeal cookie. Because somehow that sugar kind of overlapped them, I think. And then it's served with a cup of steaming coffee.
You know, sometimes when artisans add an adjective to a scent note, they mean it. There is coffee. But steaming coffee, it smells a little different. And I get that in there.
Yeah, I have my coffee with just honey in it, so it's black coffee. And there's something about that, like straight into the mug. It smells, the aromatics are different.
Did you ever have a book growing up from the Scholastic Book Club called 2-Minute Mysteries? It was like a condensed Scooby-Doo episode. There were about 50 little mysteries in one paperback book, one per page, basically, and it gave you enough information to solve the case, but it was kind of hidden under there. And every once in a while, you'd read the solution, you'd be like, how was I supposed to know that? And you'd go back and you'd read in the book, there was like one tiny detail that you missed and you should have caught. Y'all, sometimes in set descriptions, the artisans do put little Easter eggs in there where you think, oh, they're just being whimsical. No, they're actually describing something else they put in here. This says evenings by the fire. And on the label is a picture of a fire. Call me crazy, but the note that I've been looking for in this is a little bit of smoke, a little bit of ember. Do you get that?
You know, I do. And I think I thought that was part of the chestnut.
Right.
Like when you see chestnuts and they've kind of got that like black tone to them because they've
Roasting
been
on
roasted.
an open fire makes perfect sense to me. I bet this is in here. So, y'all, this is how we build our lathers here at the Barbershop Duet. We're just going to grab about an almond size of this soap. And I do go back to this base from time to time. Trust me, this is all you'll need. Where did you get this lovely Cherries Jubilee
This
brush?
is my Razor Company brush that Marcus got for me during Christmas time.
And we collected abalone shells for 6 months and then sent them all off to the KUN workshop, and they returned us this, the abalone colorway resin bowl. Y'all, is that gorgeous? With Melinda's octopus arms in here, ready to hold you tightly. And then we're going to spray this down with our Smaldridge Memorial Bougie Sprayer. And Sarah's going to go at that soap with her brush. Now, she's going to go one way, clockwise. She's going to go the other way, counterclockwise. She's going to push down, get the backbone involved. But then, just about the time it doesn't seem like any more soap's making its way up onto that brush, she's going to turn the brush about 25% in her hand. All of a sudden, that soap's going to go, hey, we got new edges of these bristles to jump onto, and they're going to do it. Now you're going to notice a lot more soap disappearing from the top of the bowl. Again, forwards, backwards. We haven't gone down for the water yet. Third time, let's spin the brush in your hand. Again, brand new orientation to help bring that soap up onto the bristles. And look at that. Only about 10-20% of the soap is left in those loving arms of that octopus. Now, she's going to go down and deftly grab that water at the bottom of the bowl. And watch this. We're going to do a little countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7. Big bubbles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Tiny bubbles in the wine.
Funny, it does has that little hue to it, like you took it out of the bowl. It's not quite white, it's not quite brown, but it does have a little caramelized color.
Hinting at an oatmeal cookie color, maybe. Are you getting whiffs off the lather yet?
I am, but it's funny. It didn't make it crazy sweeter. It's still in that kind of same kind of scent profile, which I do enjoy.
I love. Sometimes it's about turning up the charm, not the sweet. If it's too sweet, I wouldn't be able to sense the oatmeal. If it's too sweet, I wouldn't be able to sense the chocolate.
I think the other fun part is it doesn't make it only a Christmas scent. It does really
Right.
scream
Oh,
kind of
man.
just colder weather outside, or the coziness is the main goal of this scent. It's not setting the season necessarily.
No, right. This would be great for a summer night. Sitting around the campfire,
Right?
oatmeal cookies instead of s'mores, why not? And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the
Gemütlichkeit.
whiff on 3, 1, 2. Oh,
Right.
interesting. That's a little different. I'm getting
Just
a
a
little
little.
bit of the woods in this.
Is that what it is? More the wood side? Something in the cookie. It's throughout the whiff.
Am I crazy, or is there a little touch of sandalwood, or maybe a couple of little things thrown in here for
I
color?
wanted to say that because you said the nuts kind of made you feel like it was where you were at. And I could see how that would make it more of like a woodsy kind of a thing,
Right.
by the fireplace.
Now, for those of you who know your lathers, you will know that it is often about how far into them you can see when those tiny bubbles are offering their iridescence. And y'all, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. It looks computer animated. One of the most respected bases in the business, y'all. And when we watched DJ the other day on his razor company shave, we love to see how that lather coated his face. In fact, he did a lather demonstration. We don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but we will show you what it looks like when this lather hits your face.
Look
Are
at
you
lather.
kidding? Oh, y'all, would you like some?
Well, I'm glad you chose this one for me because I do feel like I like how the other ones smell on you, like Ghost Town Barber. This one might be one that I would kind of vibe towards using just a bit more.
Good enough to eat.
But it doesn't get too sweet. Like sometimes when you have a
Right.
scent on you that's meant to be gourmandy, halfway through the day you're like, I'm over this. It's a little too sweet. This one has the more savory kind of side that I
Right.
think would keep you wanting more.
I can almost imagine the raisin. Well, I think that's why you often don't even see oatmeal cookies with anything sweeter, because it kind of ruins the oatmeal.
Yeah.
part of it. And there might be a few more mysteries and wonders hiding in these nooks and crannies. Let's go a little deeper and see what we can discover.
It was fun. We had exchange students stay with us that were from Germany, so you could really hear like their native tongue, like the accent when they would call their family and talk at home, and they would
Right.
talk so fast. I'm like, how can they get their tongue to make all those sounds?
They are the language of compound words. So when they invent a concept like shameful joy, it becomes a new word. Schadenfreude. Or Klinger. Bell ringer. That's the extent of what my family line was able to pull off. We woke up the smart people to go to work. Us and the Hunchbacks. And they go way back. They interbred.
I should try to see what my grandpa's family's lineage was from Germany, because I'd be curious. Like, he's rice, but I think the German side was on the other side, so I need to investigate.
It's funny, German cooking does hit a deep place in me. There's something called Sauerbraten that's occasionally made with ginger snap cookies. Mm. We had Fleischkegel. Oh. We had Pfeffernuss at Christmas.
Mm-hmm. I do love that the intention behind this was comfort and relaxation.
Yeah.
That's what I get, no matter what, if we're trying to pull out the scent notes or not. I still do get just that cozy comfort, just not stressing anything in life. You got all the time in the world to just be in that moment.
The title of the soap itself. And y'all, if you have never wandered over to the Chiseled Face site, I recommend it.
There's a lot.
It's amazing, the width and breadth of their selection, and I love his nose. The other one, Loyal, that's coming up, one of the scent notes is vintage Old Spice. It smells like a grandfather and even includes a bit of automobile exhaust. Now we're talking.
And they're on Amazon too, so those of you that were asking the other day about who's on Amazon, check them out.
And y'all, about every 45 seconds, the consistency of your lather with the Chiseled Face base is going to change. And after 3 minutes, it is going to be everything you want it to be, and on its way to whipped cream and butter.
It is a super padded kind of protective base.
Absolutely. I love it when it's a little stickier and right where I left it on my face. So it's pretty easy. I'll just be Marcus in the 90s in Lodi, California, hearing his paternal German grandfather talking about how his family got to the United States. And you're going to find out that Grandpa's first language was German. And you're going to ask him, what do you remember? Bitte Schwarze, Schwarze. And he's going to go into this beautiful, poetic line of German. And he's going to say, it's the only thing I hung on to, but I had to. And I'm going to say, what was it, Grandpa? And he says, how gracefully the frog jumps from lily pad to lily pad. And I got my own. So head over to chiseledface.com where you'll find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Gemütlichkeit. A beautiful base, a fantastic lather, thick and protective on my face. I'm getting more appreciations for it the longer I'm doing this show. But the smell is not the recreation of the taste of the cookie and coffee. It's the actual smell of it on the counter. Not too sweet, so you can dive into the spices. You can dive in to the ingredients, even all the way down to the slight bitter note of the coffee. It's real and it's beautiful. Thank you, Chiseled Face. There's 2 more in the box. Willkommen zum Gaston.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get a $25 gift card to First Line Shave.
That's right, y'all. And all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so that we can get back to you. And then check back on our first May episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. Thank you for picking out a scent that I can thoroughly enjoy on many levels. I will be reaching for this when I want to feel cozy, or if I want to take a bite of a yummy oat milk cookie. You know, one of those nights.
Here's how good that gourmand is. Smell it with my coffee.
Ooh. It's definitely in there. Coffee's hard to do, but it's definitely in here. Like straight out of the pot, coffee is here.
And if this had been the scratch and sniff sticker oil, it wouldn't have smelled good with the real stuff. That's one way you know.
Mm-hmm. But I like that this is different than the other kind of cookie-ish gourmands that we have so far. It has a different spin.
Totally. And helps us discover the outliers of the Chiseled Face collection. We are so excited to keep exploring.
Right. But if there's some of you that like a cookie scent, but you don't want it to be too sweet, this is a great place to start. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.